is going to be half of it practical, the other one is more the theoretical side. So the first thing I'd like to cover is the abstract versus conclusion. As I said, the abstract is the what, and the conclusion basically has all the basically all a summary of all the parts of the paper plus the future work. So let's test your ability to identify good from bad abstract according to the rules that we have set for ourselves, right? So if you were to read this abstract, what would you think? You think it's a good one? Bad. So tell me why.
Too long is very long.
3 paragraphs. Anything else about them?
Very long.
The famous is this paper.
With a lot of paragraphs.
As you can see, it just goes on and on and on. It's just supposed to be short, right to the point, and what the contribution is. I don't need to read a whole lot to understand what the contribution is. How about this one?
Looks good.
Okay, this just to give you a minute to read it. What do you think? How many of you think that it's a good one?
Too long.
It looks good.
Okay, one paragraph is fine. Well, it's good or not? So let's take a vote. How many of you think it's a good abstract? Okay, I have 1, 2, 3. How many of you think it's a bad one? According to what? Many of you. How many of you are neutral? Then you have now, then you have now. Huh? Neutral. Then you have that. Okay, there is a between. Okay. So, actually, it's a bad one.
We have to read.
It's simple, actually. So no, actually there is the how and the why. Here they're trying actually to say why, the motivation, right? Instead, usually what you want to have in an abstract is directly the contribution. You say, we propose a framework, we propose an architecture, an algorithm, and then you say, here's what we do in terms of the experiment, and then we validate it. That's all. So when you find yourself trying to motivate, that means actually you are doing the why. So just because all of us actually have this urge to always say the why. Resist that. Just say, I would like you to know what my contribution is. And therefore I would only focus on that and nothing else. How about this one? So as you can see, it's a short, right to the point, and so it's all about actually the contribution.
But it contains abbreviation.
Yeah, but because he's talking about it's a method, it's not an abbreviation.
It's a method, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a computer science specialist.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's all about actually. So you're right. I mean, you need to avoid the abbreviation. But here is actually it's about a method that actually you are using. It's not a name, right? So and that's fine. As again, it's all as I said, abbreviations are okay as long as people understand it, in your area. Okay. How about conclusion? So do you think it's a good one?
In this paper.
The name is in this paper, right? Everybody's in this paper. Really ask yourself a question. Why do you say in this paper? I know it's in this paper. If you only tell me this, it's because it's as if I have a choice. It's another paper. Right? All right. So, so it is, of course, you're not going to find the perfect always. But it's all about actually whether it's overall a good or bad one. You may have those issues, right? But overall, is it a good conclusion? There's some minor issue. This paper is a minor issue. It's not something that you would reject the paper because of it. It's just a noise. So somebody saying it's acceptable. Why? is something here.
Sir?
Yeah, okay, details. Actually, it talks about the details of the result.
Sir, I think
Perspectives.
some words are really repeated. I mean, for instance, they're really repeating the word sensor tree, and I've noticed it like many times. I don't think it's, I mean, at least.
Yes.
Okay, I've really noticed. I mean, I didn't read it all, but from a global, let's suppose, a global overview, I've just noticed that sensor tree is really repeated. I mean, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 to 6 times.
I think the most important thing actually is nothing about the future work.
Definitely, definitely.
There is nothing about the future. So you want to give an indication what is it that actually, because you need to have the limitation of your. That's fine. Yeah, because you're talking about say summary of the paper. So this is actually a good one. So, remember, I don't even know the area. It's not my area, but I can tell whether she's written well. Because you just follow the rules. Right? You don't have to know the area. You just say, this is the right way of presenting your paper. Because remember, we're focusing on the way, not the content. The content, people actually will know whether it's you or not. Right? But for me, I can read and say, oh, I can understand at least what it is. And then you can go and ascertain it maybe by reading other people's work. Okay, here's the exercise, the first practical exercise. So what I'm going to ask you to do, just for 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes, I want you to form groups. It could be a row, right, where you just have, you identify one abstract. One of you said, here's my abstract, and then you use it, and then you start from that and say, what are the problems with that abstract? And then you transform that abstract into something that you think is the right abstract, that is the correct one, right? It should take you more than 10 minutes. So remember, you look for key issues. One is that the abstract should only be restricted to the what. If you find the how, you remove it. You find the why, you remove it, right? And then you basically look for other things that have to do, like formulas and all these things that actually shouldn't be there, or references and so on. And then compare that with, so, and I would like to ask, I would actually ask a volunteer to come here and read the first paragraph, sorry, the first abstract, the original one, and then the one that has been modified. And then we basically say which one is better in terms of writing it. Do you understand? So I'm going to give you 10 minutes. So now it's 2:08.
Nous préférons chaque enseignant aller documentaire. C'est le même axe.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. So.
أستاذ إلى اللقاء أستاذ ربي.
كم هيك ولا
ديجا كي رحتي واش جبتي ديجا هنا كي رحتي علاه قالتي جا
الطلبة تاعنا كاينين دي جورنال اللي يحبوا لا تبراكتيكو كاينين اللي
and recruit more adolescents and adult smokers for the purpose of examining real cigarette effects The study deploys a qualitative mixed methodology by conducting a survey to reveal the on-screen smoking exposure rates among Algerians and their willingness to imitate their favorite cinematic smoking character. Furthermore, the study launches an analysis of a cross-reference list of top 10 popular films viewed by Algerians on NBC channels, e.g. Best website and Netflix network since 2021. Using content analysis method to account for the cigarettes consumption scenes per film. The study also deploys a mise-en-scène analysis of several scenes from the priorly analyzed list. The study concludes with the firm result that annually guided exposure to on-screen smoking may very well lead to smoking initiation among Algerians.
Most definitely the most effective.
The fact is that entertainers believe that reviewers always enjoy that colorful language.
No, actually,
that's like put more vocabulary, more jargon.
Yes, sir. So, I review papers all the time. How much time do you think I spend reviewing a journal paper? Just how much? I have a lot of experience, of course. I probably read faster than many people. How half an hour, in a day?
7 minutes.
A day, 2, half an hour,
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I should think between 10 minutes and 2 days.
10 minutes to 2 days. What do you think?
1 week.
1 week. Okay. I like that. How much time do you guys spend? On average. 5 hours. You know what? I'll do this twice. 1 hour. So, let me tell you. Of course, I'm telling you when I say it's many people that I know. It actually goes from 5 minutes to no more. It's seldom that I spend more than an hour on a paper. It's very simple. You know the ones that I spend an hour, you know what that paper is? Probably about 7. The less I spend, the more likely I'm going to get. Well, because I don't want to waste my time. Well, actually, if I find out that a paper is not worth my time, I would cut my losses. And I would say, okay, you haven't made the effort to make me understand. Why should I spend time, right, reading the whole paper? It's hopeless, right? So I only read the paper up to an hour if I like it. If I say, oh, it's what I can't wait, it's finished. And others, it's actually really, I'm suffering. It's a pain. And I'm reading, oh, 3 more pages? How can I go through that? It's so badly written. I don't understand. Everything is a contradiction. And then you expect me to spend time on it? No. So therefore, by writing such a paper, it makes it easy on me. It's right to the point, I know what the paper is, so I know what to look for. So when I go to the paper, I know what you claim is the contribution. Therefore, I will only be focusing on that. And then how you do it. I suppose you go on and on and on, I don't understand. Just tell me what it is. So don't think that people who review papers spend a lot of time. They have real jobs. I don't get paid, by the way, to review papers. I don't. I never get paid. It's community service. Therefore, make it easy on me. And by the way, I don't have anything against you. I don't know you. I've never seen you. I only know your paper. After 5, I'll be honest. Because I have experience, because I've done a lot of them. Some other people probably would take longer for them to read the paper. For me, I know where to look to see whether the paper is have a chance. If after the first page, I don't know what your contribution is, in almost 90% of the cases, it's going to be rejected. It's going to be rejected. The first page, if I don't know what your contribution, I'm confused.
The abstract. With the advancement of cloud computing, which processes user requests, stores data and provides services, cloud computing service providers offer their customers profile maximizing services, while customers want to minimize their prices for this cloud performance optimization has become a very critical issue in these systems. Cloud computing performance optimization in this process of increasing the performance of a cloud service at the minimum cost based on many features. This article develops a model based on supervised learning and multi-criteria decision techniques to optimize price and performance in cloud computing. Our system uses a neural network to classify a set of cloud services. The input of the NNN are service features, and the classification results are two classes of cloud services. The first class in the class of services that are favorable for the client, and then the service favorable to the system.
So for each, I'd say, for each area or field, it has a specific techniques that you have to follow. It's not.
I mean, as I said, it was a question, and I said, if your area requires something different, then you do it exactly. But if you don't, then this is what you should use.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And since you are talking about the word is money, I like it actually, this term, but I would like to add something more, is that word is more than everything, okay? So, as the Austin said, if you read this book, The Power of Word, by 1956 or something like that.